Mr. Sanford is recognized to explain his amendment.
I thank the chairman. This amendment may not be met with such gracious acceptance as the last one, but I think it's worth everybody's consideration. I would define it as a beautiful amendment in that it would save the taxpayers $24 million. And my question to each one of you as colleagues is, if you can save the taxpayer $24 million without impacting safety, then why wouldn't we do so? And here, I guess, in brief, are my concerns or my thoughts on this one. One, if you look at pipeline spending, it has gone up 90% over the last 10 years. The actual mileage of pipelines has gone up at a much slower rate than the spending in the safety on the pipelines. In fact, if you look at the numbers, it's gone up by about 0.5% a year, actual mileage, while spending has gone up 5% a year. The two, to me, don't make sense. That you would want to correlate the increase in mileage of pipelines with the increase in spending on pipelines. Again, a tenfold increase in spending on pipeline safety over the actual number of new miles of pipeline. Secondly, I'd make the point of what a number of different charts that I have show here, which is actual pipeline incidents over the last 10 years, incidents, fatalities, serious incidents, has gone down or been flatlined. And my question is, if we had a tenfold increase in spending on safety, just to get a flat line in terms of result, is that what we'd really want in terms of taxpayer consideration? And then finally, I would say this. If you actually look at a chart, and I have one here, of funded versus actual spending with regard to the safety front, we've actually never filled all of the billets, if you will, on safety operators. In other words, so we have a tenfold increase in spending. We do not fund all of the authorized spending on that front in terms of safety, staffing, and so why would we want more if we're not even filling all the billets, so to speak, that are already out there? So three different bites at the apple. I think it's a common sense amendment. In this case, it would represent just a 3.5% cut of the proposed increase. It's not a gargantuan cut. It simply, again, allows us to hold the line a little bit more steady, allow $24 million to go back to users and to the taxpayer, while not jeopardizing safety. And in that regard, I think it's a beautiful amendment in Trump's words and a common sense amendment in our words.
I thank the gentleman. Mr. Denham wishes to be recognized on this amendment.
I think you'd mean an amazing amendment in Trump's words.
Yeah.
Regardless, I share in your goal of reducing federal spending. We obviously want to reduce it anywhere we can, especially if money is not fully being utilized. But this bill follows the House of Representatives' cut-go rules, which state that we authorize at CBO's baseline levels. But in this bill, we actually go further than that. The bill freezes PHMSA's pipeline safety spending, and we take the inflationary increases in the CBO baseline and put them towards state grants. The challenge that we have here is that pipelines go across states in an interstate commerce issue. States can't go out and collect these fees. These fees are actually paid by the industry and utilized for a cleanup. They're put in a trust fund. They're used from everything from one call, that's the call that you make before you dig, as well as any big major spill. So having an emergency fund out there for a spill for a state, paid in by the industry, utilized in emergency capacity, but also in making sure that we have one call and others set up. Again, I understand the gentleman's goal. I have the same goal of wanting to cut federal spending anywhere we can, but this will not cut the federal outlays. Just cutting the user fees does not help the safety and integrity of what we're trying to accomplish here. Again, we go above and beyond our cut-go rules in freezing PHMSA's pipeline safety, but in the wanting to work with my good friend, I would be willing to work with you as we move forward to see if we can find a resolution that accomplishes our common goal.
I would hardly accept such a chance, and with that, I would defer on the amendment. I'd withdraw, and would look forward to working with you on this between now and the time of the drop on the floor.
I thank the gentleman.
I thank the gentleman from withdrawing.
Well,
Mr. Sears?
I just wanted to add, some of